All right. Yo, people. What up? What up? What's up? I should be there. Come on. The book drop. The book drop today. Let's go. We. That's what's up. That's what's up. What? Yeah. Do it to me because I don't want to read my own bio. I know. I know. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, let's talk about this. Um Together. What the co-author, helper, what how we I don't know. I know. I look, I yeah, that's right. The book fairy. Yeah. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, you practicing what you preach. Mm. Mhm. 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 Mm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. The initial thought is I gotta make sure they got some money because a lot people reach out to me almost every day with books that they think they want me to write, and if you don't, when you hire me, this is premium quality with all of the experience, all of the expertise, and I'm reliable. I think deadlines are important. A lot of people don't. All of that stuff, and so initially I just got to quickly find out what they do for a living and can they afford me, because otherwise there's nothing to talk about. Like we are both wasting our time. And then after we get through that, I got to get to know the person a little bit, because if you're for the people that are watching this that are like entrepreneurs and you're busy, you don't have time to write a book, you want to hire somebody to write the book. If you're talking to a writer, let's say you're interviewing 5 writers, they all can write. So that's the baseline. It's not like can you write or can't you write. And so for me, what I think is important is empathy. All right, empathy allows me to be a better ghostwriter, um, because part of it is understanding the personality of the person you're talking to. Some people I have to be more than just a writer. I got to motivate them. So, like some CEOs don't feel like showing up to the meeting, and I understand because they busy running a business, and right. So sometimes I gotta boost the person's ego because that's what they need to me. And I'm not judgmental. Whatever you need is what you need for me to write you the best book, right? You have to encourage them to be vulnerable. So it all comes down to empathy in writing someone's book. So when you say you went through a couple of writers and they just didn't feel right, I think that is why. Like they didn't they didn't take, they're just thinking about what is in front of them. I got to write this book. But it's more than writing the book. Is empathy. The only way I can explain it is empathy for the person you're talking to. And then the third thing for me is I have to have we have to have similar visions and missions, which for me kind of just means you are here to empower underestimated populations. If you ain't trying to do that, then I probably can't write your book. You can pay me $100,000, 50, whatever it is. I have to feel like you are here to empower underestimated populations. And so those are kind of the things I'm thinking about at first when somebody comes on a call with me talking about writing their book or whatever it is, stage play, whatever. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yep. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Right. Mm-hmm. Yep. Mm-hmm. Right. Exactly. Exactly. Did I think I mm, yeah. Right. Well, I spent 9 years in college getting a PhD when all I really wanted to be was a writer, but I didn't know that at the time. I know that looking back. And that's why people see a lot of the things that I've done because I've accomplished a lot in a short period of time. But I always tell people, like, I feel like I'm 10 years behind. Like, I could have been here 10 years earlier, at least, right? When we look back on our journey, I could have been here 10 years earlier if I didn't stay in school to get a PhD. But you have to put that in context. Like, our journey is our journey, and the PhD has definitely helped me. The PhD is why I wrote my first ever book, in which I won the Eisner Award and became the first Black woman to win an Eisner Award. So, it's hard to kind of say, if I had to do it all over again, would I do it different, when you end up in the place essentially that you wanted to be. But yeah, I've been a writer since I was little. Like, even so, like, on interviews like this, interviews are hard for me, even though I do them because it's part of building a brand, because I'm not a quick thinker. So a lot of the things that I say in interviews are not actually what I think. Because I think like an introvert, which is, I gotta process it, I gotta think about the question. And so I've always been a writer because writing is the way that you can think through how you actually feel. And so, yeah, I've always been a writer, like poetry, like I've written, in my journal since I was little, and just I've been a writer all my life. A ghostwriter now, I didn't see that coming. Ghostwriter, I did not see coming at all. I'm happy that I get the privilege to do it, but I didn't see that coming at all. That kind of just happened. Yep. Yep. Exactly. Exactly. Because so, like, that's when, like, I'm an introvert, but I'm also an extrovert because, like, I like talking to people because I really be wanting to know, like, well, how did you do that, and where did you go, and where are you from, and what's your mommy and daddy like? Because I am interested in people's process and why they think the way they think. That's I think that probably makes me a good ghostwriter too, because I really am interested in who you are and how you did what you did. But yeah. Yep. Exactly. Yeah, when I'm clear, I can write fast. I can write fast when I'm clear, but only when I'm clear. And that's why with clients, I'm like, yo, we gotta have another call because I got questions. Like, because once I know, I can write really fast. It's crazy how fast I can write. But if there's any like ambiguity, I can't write as fast because I'm doing too much guessing. I'm using brain power thinking about what you want instead of actually writing what you want. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Mm. Mhm. Yeah. Mhm. 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 No, yeah, that's true. Yeah. Yeah, yeah, that's true. So like I've always been big on not wasting energy, which is why I don't lie. Because it takes too much energy to remember the lie that you told somebody. And that's energy I could be using to really do something that's gonna serve me, like serve my life. Like lying is like a prison. And so I want to be free. And so I've always been big on clearing out the wasted energy. And I follow Seth Godin a lot. He talks about this when he talks about like his blog. So he's been writing his blog for like 15 years, like every once a week for like just like the long game. And he says like once he decided that he was just going to do it every week, he didn't have to spend brain power thinking about whether he was going to do it or not. There was no longer a question about, well, am I going to write this week or am I not? That no more energy on that. I just got to write the thing. And so when you can free up brain power, it's just more efficient. So when I moved to DC, when I met you, and I was doing my PhD, and I was like 23, so I was like in a classroom with like 30-year olds, and they seemed real old to me. And they all knew what they wanted to write about, right? Some of them, they were like in industry, a lot of them. Like they already had real world experience, and we had to write a dissertation. And I'm like, yo, what am I gonna write a dissertation on? Like, I didn't really care about anything that much at that time. Like, I was just having fun. I was in DC having fun, and I just happened to be reading the Boondocks comic strip. Like, this is a real like 23-year-old. Like, what you know? I'm reading the comic strip, and so I was like, oh, well, this would be something that I would actually enjoy writing 250 pages about, because I'm big on like even now today I can't write something that's not enjoyable. Like I had this moment the other day where I was like, okay, I know what I need to do to get a literary agent, and if I want one, I know exactly what I have to write. But then I had this week of like, do I actually want to write the thing that they want me to write? And like, and I was like, no, because I can't write something that is not enjoyable for me. And so yes, like I did my dissertation on the Boondocks, and it ended up becoming this kind of. I'm a genius now, because back then doing doing a dissertation on comics was not cool. Like I went through so much hate during that time period, where now it's like, oh dag, she was just ahead of the game, and now everybody wants to talk about comics, and they got majors for comic books and stuff like that. So yeah, that's how it started for me. I hadn't read comics before that. Oh, well, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, thank you. Right. Yeah, right. You got to be a little crazy. Mhm. 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 Yeah. And a little off. Right. 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 Even though I probably am a little off. I probably am a little off. Just a smidge.